True wireless earbuds don't have to cost you $250 or $350. In fact, there are tons of options in the mid-range price category, and I personally have tried nearly 100 different truly wireless earbuds, which is why in this video I want to break down 6 of my favorite true wireless earbuds that you can buy today for less than $200. Now, all of these vary with different strengths and weaknesses, which is why I'll be testing out these earbuds and actually demonstrating to you the differences between these earbuds with regards to mechanical design, aesthetics, controls, battery life, sound quality, comfort, mic quality, and of course, features. Now, we have a lot to cover in this video, but let's start off by looking at which earbuds we're actually talking about in this video. Now, the first pair is the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus, released very recently and currently selling for $150. These really have a lot of features and they will be definitely very hard to beat. Now, the second pair of earbuds has a ton of bass, and I also compared them in a premium comparison recently because these earbuds have some very premium features. These are the JABRA Elite Active 75T, also the JABRA Elite 75T. Very subtle difference there, about $20, and they're selling for $180 right now. Now, the third pair is the Google Pixel Buds 2nd generation, announced about a year ago and just released very recently, selling for $180. The strength that these have is the Google Assistant right in your ear. Now, the fourth pair is the Sony WF-XB700, and their big claim is the extra bass and the extra low price as well, now selling at just $100, although originally released at $130. The fifth pair is the One More ANC, which on paper have some of the best specs, even better than most premium earbuds on the market, and yet these are selling for just $150, so we'll see how well these actually perform. And then lastly, the TicPods ANC again have active noise cancellation in one of the cheapest form factors, coming in at just around $80, so we'll see how well these compare to the rest of this pack. So category number 1 is mechanical design, aesthetics, and controls. And I'm going to do these in order, starting off with number 1. What I think wins this category is hands down the JABRA Elite Active 75T. Now, these earbuds come in a very compact case, so I've been saying for quite a while now that I like the design of this case. It sits upright, very small, and they have quite a few different colors and color combinations that I think look really sharp. So this right here is the copper and black combination. I've been getting a ton of compliments whenever I wear these. And as far as controls go, these earbuds have a pretty large physical button on the outside. It's a very gentle actuation, so it's really nice to touch. You don't have to worry about accidental touches when you're adjusting the earbud. And on top of that, if it's cold outside and you're wearing gloves, you don't have to worry about capacitive touch, where it sometimes doesn't work with gloves. These will always work no matter what. And really the icing on the cake here as far as mechanical designs go is this has by far the best water resistance out of all of these earbuds, coming in at IP57, which means you could drop this in, I believe, like a swimming pool for 30 minutes or something like that. Look that up. But these are very, very water resistant, actually waterproof. Now, number 2, I really have to give it to the Pixel Buds here. I really like the colors they come with, and I think the case design is pretty satisfying. So a really nice lid right there. You have an LED behind the plastic on the front. They have Qi wireless charging, and of course, as far as controls go, it's really hard to beat having the voice assistant in your ear. So just say Google's magic word, and you can have it do whatever you want. Number 3 in this category is the Galaxy Buds Plus. I really like the case here, a very compact design. The case can open up and sit flat on a table, and they have quite a few different colors for these as well. Now, I think they have a BTS one that just came out, kind of a purplish, and the touchpads on these are also customizable, which brings them as a very easy number 3 here. And to be clear, as far as mechanical design goes, I actually have comfort as a totally separate category. These are very, very comfortable. Number 4 is the One More ANC, which has a pretty solid, sturdy case. It's a little bit heavy and a little bit large though, and the earbuds themselves are also a bit large. They don't have a water resistance rating, and they kind of have a strange control where it's a touch control and a physical button, which is in a different spot. Number 5 is the Sony, which overall has a pretty decent design considering the price point, but you can definitely tell it feels a lot cheaper with the case. They're also very large earbuds, and the controls are a kind of a weird button that you pinch the side. And then lastly, the TicPods ANC. I think this kind of goes without saying. One of the big compromises they made was the size of the case and also the tolerancing. Every now and then, if you move the silicone tips, you find that the case doesn't actually close right. The next category is sound quality. And I want to add a quick disclaimer here that depending on the type of music you listen to, the shape of your ears, and your preferences with listening to music, number 1, 2, and 3 may be in a different order, but I think 1, 2, and 3 are definitely going to be above 4, 5, and 6 for most people. Now, starting off with number 1, I like a little bit more bass in my music, so the JABRA Elite 75T is easily my favorite out of this group. They have a very warm and very powerful bass. For some people, it may actually be too powerful, so keep that in mind. It also has an overall very crisp, clean, and detailed sound, and they have a very, very good, very strong passive noise blocking, so they make a great seal in your ear. The JABRA earbuds also have a full EQ in the app, so you can really adjust it to exactly your needs. Now, coming in at number 2 is really probably the best for your average user who's not looking for a ton of bass, and these are the Galaxy Buds Plus. These are overall a very well-balanced pair of earbuds, have excellent sound quality, very high clarity, really kind of a vibrant, dynamic sound to them, and they also have an EQ in the app that gives you 5 different presets that allow you to really customize these for your own type of music. Number 3, if you care even less about bass, the Pixel Buds have a really good accuracy and a lot of detail as well, although I put them here because they definitely lack a lot of bass. They're going to be better for acoustic type music, and they also have a pretty weak isolation, so when you put them in your ears, you may be hearing stuff around you. They don't have very strong passive noise blocking. Number 4 then, I kind of expected these to perform a little bit better because they have aptX, and on top of that, they also have ANC. These are the one more ANC, so being able to block out your surroundings is nice, but there's a little bit of a hissing when you use ANC with these. And on top of that, even though they have aptX, I find that the audio quality of the actual drivers themselves is not up to par with the first 3 earbuds I was talking about. So I found that these are a little bit more sibilant. They're definitely warm and vibrant, but overall they kind of have poor spatial awareness, so I'm struggling to hear where one instrument separates from the next. And on top of that, they lack a little bit of low-level detail. Number 5 is the TicPods ANC. Having active noise cancellation is a big plus on these, although it's not going to be the most powerful active noise cancellation. And on top of that, even though these have a really good balance, they don't have an EQ in the app. So overall, decent sound, but certainly not the best. Then number 6 is the Sonys, but if you really like bass, these are easily number 2, right behind the JABRAs. But for most people, this is a little bit too much bass, and on top of that, some of the bass does a little bit of eclipsing over the other sounds, so it definitely kind of hides a lot of the mids, and so you're really just hearing a ton of bass. So category number 3 is comfort, and by far the winner here is the Galaxy Buds Plus. These are extremely comfortable because of 3 different things. So 1, they're very compact. 2, they have wingtips, and 3, they have different ear tips you can put on there for a very nice seal in your ears, which mean that they're not only very comfortable for sitting and working, but also if you're running around, working out, doing anything dynamic, they're pretty much never going to fall out of your ears. Now, strangely enough, number 2 in this category is the TicPods ANC. Although they only have 2 different types of ear tips, they actually are still very comfortable and they stay in my ears very well. Number 3 is the JABRA Elite 75Ts. These have a very ergonomic design, although I do find that occasionally they slip out of my ear a little bit, at least one ear, so they don't have wingtips, and that's really the only drawback they have. Now, tied with number 3 is actually the Sonys, because while these are slightly less comfortable than the JABRAs, they actually stay in very, very well thanks to almost a plastic wingtip that's kind of built in the ergonomics of this design. Then number 5 is the Pixel Buds. Unfortunately, the little wingtip thing they have that's permanent is really not the best. It's not very comfortable, and it doesn't really work that well for me. And then, of course, lastly, the One More ANC earbuds. Although they have tons of different tips, they have like 12 different ear tips and 3 different wingtips, I find that they're still very large and they're not extremely comfortable. The next category is extremely important to people who are doing a lot of traveling and you want your earbuds to last a long time. This is going to be your battery life. Now, number 1 out of these is going to be the Galaxy Buds Plus. So first of all, I like that they have Qi wireless charging. Second of all, the battery life on these is 11 hours per earbud and 22 hours when you include the case. Now, if you want a longer battery life from your case, number 2 on this list doesn't have Qi wireless charging, has 7.5 hours of battery life per earbud, and 28 hours when you include the case. The JABRA Elite Active 75T is really going to be hard to beat. Number 3 is the Pixel Buds, which also have wireless charging. They have 5 hours per earbud and 24 hours with the case. Number 4 is the Sony earbuds, which actually have 9 hours of battery life in the earbuds and 18 with the case, so that's actually a pretty good battery life there as well. And then there is a tie in last place between the One More ANC and the TicPods ANC. They both have about 5 hours of battery life and about 20 with the case. Now, the 5th category, I want to talk about the microphone quality, and I'll test out all 5 of these indoors and outdoors. All right, so first of all, these are the Galaxy Buds Plus, so we'll see how good these sound in a studio environment. Next, these are the Pixel Buds by Google, and I actually should note that I'm not doing these in any order. These are just random. Now, these are the Sony WF-XB700 earbuds indoors. These are the JABRA Elite Active 75T, and a big plus about these is they have a really nice pass-through mode, so I can hear myself while I'm talking and I don't end up yelling. These are the TicPods ANC. Comment down below how these sound indoors. This is what the One More ANC earbuds sound like. Again, we're inside right now. All right, so we're outside right now. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of traffic behind me. There are a lot more cars out now than there were even just a couple weeks ago. And honestly, it's still not even completely open here. Places that I really want to go, like the barber shop, are still not open, but the traffic is definitely already back. That's why I have to wear a hat all the time when I go outside. If it's even a little bit humid or windy, my hair is just like an afro, basically. All right, so we have two more pairs. These are the Pixel Buds right here. And again, comment down below, guys. Let me know how you think these sound. All right, guys, so this is the last one, the One More ANC Active Noise Canceling Earbuds. Let me know how these microphones sound. Hey guys, a quick aside, this is not my only earbud comparison video, so if these are even a little too expensive for you, I will be making a complete budget earbuds comparison video, so click the subscribe button and the bell icon down below if you want to see that video. All right, so now the final category, number 6, the best features of any earbuds, and this is actually very important specifically for mid-range earbuds, because some budget ones pretty much have not many features on them at all. The premium ones generally have all the same features with some exceptions, but the mid-range ones, really, there's a lot of variation in this set here. So some of them have single point connection, some of them have multi-pairing, some of them have active noise cancellation, pass-through mode. There's lots and lots of differences. So let's go through these, starting off with number 1. There's actually a tie for the best feature set in my opinion, and this tie is between the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus and the JABRA Elite Active 75T. Now, starting with the Galaxy Buds Plus, these do have a transparency mode, and on top of that, it's actually an adjustable pass-through mode, so you can hear different levels of your surroundings. That's something you can change in the app. There's also a Find My Buds feature. It's overall just a really great app in my opinion. Integrates very well with Samsung. It works with Apple very well. It works with Android very well. They do have Spotify summon capabilities, so if you tap and hold one of the earbuds, it opens Spotify, or they use the accelerometer in the earbuds as well as an extra control to adjust the volume if you want to do that. So overall, just a really solid feature set for a pair of earbuds, extremely customizable for anybody's needs. And the JABRA Elite 75Ts similarly have quite a few features in their app. So they have kind of a 3 different preset idea where you can say, hey, I'm commuting, and it just puts in all these settings, the right EQ. It does really everything you want it to for maybe if you're commuting or you're working out. You can have some presets in the app. Now, the app also has a Find My Buds feature. It works a little bit differently than the Galaxy Buds one, but they also have an EQ in there like I mentioned before. These do have a pass-through mode, which is a really nice, clean pass-through mode. So transparency mode, there's different terms for that, but generally it sounds really good on the JABRAs. Now, something else I really like about these is that these do have multi-pairing. So I can pair with my laptop and my phone at the same time, and then whichever one is playing sound, it automatically switches. That's something that pretty much no other earbuds on this entire list do, but unfortunately these do have a master-slave connection, which means that you can only listen to one earbud at a time, or both. You can never listen to, I believe it's only the left one. You can never only listen to the left earbud. Now, I should have mentioned the Galaxy Buds Plus do have a single point connection, so I could listen to the left or the right or both. That's a really nice thing to have. Now, number 3 is the Pixel Buds. These don't have necessarily the most robust app, but they do have Google Assistant, which is a massive feature that you really can't forget about. It really enables you to do so much more with your earbuds, and specifically with your phone, really, without ever having to take it out of your pocket or tap anything. If you're busy and you're doing something, you want to change the volume, maybe if you're working out and you want to set a timer, you can just talk to Google and it does it, no problems at all. Now, unfortunately, Google does not have an EQ, but what it does have is the single point connection, and I really do like that. Like I mentioned, the Galaxy Buds have that as well. Now, while the One More ANC Buds do have an app, the app doesn't really do much other than enable things like your active noise cancellation, change the different levels of it, and maybe update the firmware. Now, the very last really has pretty much no features at all with it, and these are the Sony earbuds. Although I really do like the Sony earbuds, they don't have an EQ, they don't have autoplay, auto pause, it is a master-slave connection, and like I said, they don't have an app to adjust really anything about them. All right, so that was a lot of information, and depending on what you're looking for, you may have a different preference for what the best pair of earbuds is, but based on the criteria in this video, based on my ratings, if you do this like a golf score and you add up, whenever it's number 1 or number 5, you add everything up, The lowest number out of all of these is the Galaxy Buds Plus, and it's tied with the JABRA Elite 75T, but the Galaxy Buds cost $30 less. So out of all of these, they come in the best as just number one overall. Now, they have great sound, great design, and overall a really solid feature set. Makes them a very easy pair of earbuds to recommend. And then, like I said, the JABRA Elite Active 75T is tied with number one, although it costs $30 more. But overall, amazing bass and amazing design. I really like these earbuds, and I recommend them to a lot of people. Coming in number three is the Pixel Buds, which is disappointing because I know these are capable of being number one. I know that all they really need is some more software, some more features in the app, which is ironic because typically that's where Google really excels. So I found that they're missing things like an EQ and a few other features that would be really nice to have. But for now, because they have the Google Assistant, it's really easy to recommend these to pretty much anybody who's not going to be using a ton of features or really going to be an audiophile and you just want to listen to music and have the convenience of Google Assistant in your ears. It's really an obvious choice to go with the Pixel Buds. Number four is the TicPods, which don't have a ton of features, but they have a great fit, they have good sound quality, and by a pretty large margin are the cheapest out of these earbuds. And then tied in last place are the Sony earbuds and the One More earbuds, but I want to point out that these are last place out of the top 6, so these are still great choices. And I would say the Sony earbuds are really great if you're looking for a lot of bass, but you're kind of on a budget and you don't really care about other features. They're really a solid pair of earbuds, and then the One More earbuds have some great features in there, so active noise cancellation, pass-through mode, they have an app, they have wireless charging, so they have a lot of the luxuries of more premium models, although they do kind of everything. They're like the jack of all trades, but the master of none, so they don't do anything the best, which is why in this list they came in at about number 4 for most of the categories. All right, so there you have it. Those are the top 6 truly wireless earbuds under $200 based on my opinion, my comparison here. So comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of these, which one you think is best and why. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.